just see what happened here. Bargwanna gets very wide at turn 3. That's a terrible place to be out in the kitty litter there. And that previously was a clump of tea trees. Had they been there now, Jace would be in a lot more strife than he is.
Can he get out of that bog? Oh, no.
Paul Radicic has been dispatched. Something has happened here. This is on the run up to Lukey Heights.
Well, hell breaking loose here as the field tries to gather themselves up. Of course, all these off-track altercations are going to drag a bit of dirt and garbage onto the track. Just opening up a little bit of a gap. Only a car length or so over Murphy.
He's got a better run this time. Oh! And he's had enough of waiting.
Thank you. I'll take that. Radicic goes up the inside. Maximum intimidation from the Kiwi.
Look at it.
Wow.
Wow.
Todd Kelly.
That's a monster. That is a monster.
Whoa. Man, did he get served up there. He's gone right across. Fortunately, the marshal's getting out of the way.
Still begs the question why people hang over those fences.
Yeah.
Oh, what a hit.
I think that to put this sort of margin on a field of this quality in such a tough motor race is an extraordinary outcome. Craig Lowndes.
Brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
Answers the critics. Does the business for Ford. Lines up on the start-finish line for the last time. The check flag comes out. Craig Lowndes is the winner.
You can get some more information from this.
The car just doesn't turn.
Oh, steering. Look, it's dead straight. It's steering arm or something.
To the apex. There's a Shell Helix replay of this situation with Ellery. One of the Valvoline cars involved.
Bargwanna, I think it is. Might be 35.
My X-ray vision's not that good today. Here's a replay of what happened.
Oh,
no.
Ingle up inside.
Yes, it is. Russell Ingle gets halfway down the outside of Jason Bargwanna. Leaves his signature in the door. Here's another view of that. And Parks comes off second best.
A fabulous moment. What a place to do it. Toughest circuit in the country to pass. And Stephen Johnson's going to draw first blood.
Great stuff. That's really good.
Yeah, terrific drive from Stephen Johnson, who takes the checkered flag. It's a Shell Ford win.
It's a Ford 1-2. Lowndes in behind in the Gibson Motorsport car. They're running back in 11th at the moment. Let's have another look at a
Bernard.
Shell Helix replay.
He's having a terrible season, isn't he?
They did a fantastic job to get that car out because it was very badly damaged. Let's have a look at the Shell Helix replay. An incident with John Bowe and Paul Morris.
Oh, dear.
Morris goes rally crossing. Still manages to hang on to it. He's still well into the side of the Caterpillar Ford as they head up over the bridge.
As quick as one of you were saying is Jason Bright.
This is going into turn 3, and Marcus up the inside.
Oh dear.
Well and truly alongside him, and I don't think Stephen realised that Marcus was that far up, and it just shoved him wide. He left room for him and then banged. Actually, they sort of interlocked front wheels, which was the reason for that little awkward moment, and Stephen heading off to the kart track there for a moment. These guys are doing 10.6 and 10.8. What have we got going on here?
Who's that? That's Glenn.
Hear him breathing. Let's have a look at the replay. What's he done here? He's just come in too hot. Looks like it. He's gone right across the grass. Ended up in the kitty litter.
He's come in simply too hot on pit road.
Oh, no, it's
That's up on top of the mountain. I think that's just coming over McPhillamy Park. Oh, problems here for Larkham.
Is that the Gibson car?
That's Lowndes.
Lowndes is in the wall.
No.
Lowndes has gone into Forest
Look at
Elbow.
this. Look at that.
On the exit to Forest Elbow. Can you believe it? The race leader.
And that is not the first time that's happened to Neil Crompton. When he and Wayne Gardner were leading before, that's exactly where they crashed out. They're going off everywhere. That's a Ricky Adello Nash entry.
The safety car is on the circuit, not surprisingly. Now, Craig Lowndes has gone into a tyre barrier there. He hasn't hit the concrete, I don't think. He's just dislodged. Oh! Haviland car. There's going to be cars spearing off all over the place. There's still going to be a few more, I reckon.
And do you see, this is what I was saying when you're going up the mountain. If it was as wet as this when you got to the top of the mountain, you could have a horrific break.
Well, it just goes to show the Haviland car was caught out. Probably what caught Lowndes out as well. Now, Lowndes, I can't quite see there whether he's managed to back out of there, but he actually drilled the tyre wall.
Oh, look at those. Now, that is, they're going to think, oh, well, he's going that speed, so I can go that speed, and both go off together.
On. This is where the action is. These two Fords fighting it out right down to the close of play. 0.72 of a second it was last time across the straight.
The awkward part is if he can get to the back of him, where does he get by without going onto a greasy bit of road to try and do it?
I'd say at the end of the back straight if he gets a really good run out of this here.
He certainly appears to have slightly better traction than Marcus.
PlayStation fastest lap now goes to Paul Morris at a 1:19.8.
5 minutes remaining.
Just had a word to Greg Murphy. He was saying he was suffering a rather violent vibration in the car, something within the driveline. He said he just had to come in or it was all going to come loose and break down, so that was the only choice he really had, was to park it in the garage and end his day.
Get ready for it. Here comes Lowndes. There is nothing between them now. Lowndes is right on the back of Marcus Ambrose.
Got a lot of wheel spin exiting Dandenong Road, then just lost the advantage that he made up under brakes. Not unusual for, remember I mentioned yesterday, not unusual at Sandown to have transmission-related things. And remember, in total, this is nearly 500 kilometres of racing, a long way.
4 laps remaining for race leader Marcus Ambrose. He's got Craig Lowndes filling his mirrors. Left, right and centre as they come down the main straight in front of the grandstand. Who's going to win this? Lowndes sets up for a pass on the inside. Not quite close enough. Ambrose goes a little bit deeper under brakes. So Lowndes pulls the nose of the Ford back in. He's going to try again later on.
No V8 Supercar wins alongside Marcus Ambrose's name in terms of a race. He has won a round before, but never a race. And as for Lowndes, as far as his turn in a Falcon, well, just that one race win earlier this year at Adelaide.
Good run out of this, I reckon, at the end of the...
Plenty of incentive, though, Baz, for Marcus Ambrose to win this race.
I totally agree, but Todd here, have a look at this.
Todd Kelly be hoping the two of them fumble each other. And,
yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Lowndes goes up the outside now. 250 k's on the approach to the S's. He's got him, well and truly. Ambrose tries to fight back on the inside, but no, Lowndes has got position. So Lowndes goes through to take the lead. Incredible fight back from far down to 16th when they restarted this race. He came marching through the field in the space of 3 laps. He went from 16th up to 5th, and he slowly picked them off one by one, including a couple of incidents that's taken him right off the circuit.
Well, Marcus is hanging on. Oh, no, he's got up the inside of him.
Yeah,
he got him.
He got him. What a move. Well, he definitely knows where he is now, doesn't he?
Cannot afford to be napping with Marcus Ambrose sniffing around your tail. 3 laps remaining. He's so pumped up. There's Nancy Lowndes. Craig Lowndes' wife, Oscar Fioranotto, chief engineer in front. Boy, there's plenty of nervous people standing in these 2 pit garages now with laps unfolding.
That was a very good move,
wasn't it? Really?
He's got a lot of confidence in the grip of this car, Ambrose, if he decided to dive back there. And he caught Lowndes napping a bit, I think. I think Craig thought he had it.
Oh, there was a touch there.
Certainly was.
Go.
Tries to go up the inside, does go up the inside. Now back in front in the Gibson Motorsport Ford. Watch Ambrose respond.
I told you Todd Kelly would buy into this, didn't I?
Yeah, really. I'll have a piece of this.
You can hear the crowd in the grandstand are going nuts. And there's plenty of people with a pretty high heart rate in the pits as well.
I wonder if they're going to do anything about that touch.
Well, that's an interesting one because he did unseat him, didn't he?
Definitely, no doubt whatsoever about that.
Okay, mate, just keep on going. Keep on going. 3 laps remaining.
Ross Stone on the radio.
Marcus Ambrose, he said all year, oh boy, I really want to win a race. I know I won a round, but I'd love to get a race in my bag.
Paul Forgey's also been having a word to Marcus Ambrose. They're telling him if you can maintain the pressure, the cheers that went up when he came to this part of the circuit, the last lap around inside this pit were incredible.
2 laps remaining, just over 6 kilometres of racing at Sandown Raceway. What an incredible weekend it's been. Amazing stuff. And look at Lowndes now streaking away. The Ford flags are flying.
He's got enormous pace in the car and he's driving it fast and aggressively, but I don't know that anyone's going to be able to respond.
1.1 seconds the gap he's put on Ambrose in that lap alone.
That's a lot. That's a big gap.
So he's just going to keep it cool now. This car, the setup on the car particularly, just goes to show, Neil, we think of the bad races that Craig's had where the car's setup hasn't been at its optimum. you're always running around the back 10 or 15, you can look pretty ordinary. If the car's not right, you can't do your stuff, can you?
That's exactly right.
Another 2 laps, mate. Another 2 laps. We've got a group of cars, maybe 6 car lengths behind you. Keep on going. P20.
Some reassuring words from the pit. Meanwhile, it's looking good for this man.
Once you reach a certain level, Mark, and there's probably 15 or more guys out there that are at or very close to the highest racing car level in the world, and it really gets down to the machinery around you and the group of people that you work with and how you maximise every element of performance of the car. And at any different point you can study this championship and you'll look at different drivers and teams have had some shockers here and there. But if you get all the numbers right and get the car set up well, then away you go. 1 lap to go.
Talking about having a car wrapped around you, you'll just be happy to have a car wrapped around you.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's stressful.
This is it. 1.6 seconds the margin. That's going to be tough for the Pertec Ford to catch up. Kelly remains third, but Lowndes, what a drive. He's come from behind pretty much all weekend. The first race started 14th, finished second. Strong result in the second as well.
I think all 3 of these guys deserve reward today because all 3 of them have done a great job. We've seen some great passing moves, tremendous car control, and they've pressed on as though it was a dry race and used everything that the car had to offer.
We've had some really good races here this weekend, haven't we?
Very much so.
Excellent.
Good format, good distance.
Oh, look,
challenging
Kelly.
enough, and look at this. Kelly is not happy to settle for third on the final lap. Pressuring Ambrose. We are nearing the end of the V8 Ultimate, and it's been it's been a challenging year for Craig Lowndes.
Somebody off on the outside down there. I think it might be Stephen Richards.
Parked in the sand. So a tough race for both FTR Falcons. You have to feel a little sorry for Marcus Ambrose that he's not going to get his maiden V8 Supercar win. But for Craig Lowndes, he's endured it and he wins the final race of 2001. Ends the year on a high note for Gibson Motorsport.